I am returning from a charity event, and I figured I would hop on real quick. Not for very long anyway, but hop on and say hello. Since tomorrow I may be busy. Hope all of y'all are doing well. Uh, just went to a charity shoot, and yeah, the storm front was not supposed to arrive until the afternoon. The wind got here 4 hours earlier than we expected, and so we were shooting clays in a 40-mile-an-hour wind with dirt and dust flying everywhere. I I still have I can feel the grit of the dirt in my teeth. Hey, what's going on, Scott? Welcome. Another beautiful drive through Dusty. You can see out my window. Okay, it's not cloudy. That is dust. That is dirt. It's like we shot through a haboob. No video. Marco, can you not see the video? Or are you asking about video of the haboob? Somebody give me a 5x5. I think Marco can't see. Pop-up video. Yes, okay. So you can see me. Hey, good morning. So, yeah, and oh, that semi almost hit another semi behind me. That would have made for an interesting live stream. Be like, okay, I'm gonna pull over and we'll watch things burn. Yeah, we were supposed to shoot. It was supposed to be nice and cool, no wind. The wind showed up early. It's like 40-mile-an-hour wind. The clays were flying around. Clays, they make 90-degree turns, hit people on the other stand. It was just a hot mess. I shot really good today compared to what I shot last time. So it was interesting, y'all. And the guys I was shooting with are very like-minded to a lot of us. So it was fun, and we got to do it. It's for an organization that basically teaches high schoolers leadership skills, right? Student government, how to manage teams, how to interact with people different from you. Basically teach them how not to be jackasses when they grow up. And so that's something near and dear to my heart, having grown up on the streets. And, people took that time to help me when I was younger. Can you hear the wind? I'm actually struggling with the draw. I'm not going that fast either. The wind's beating me up. That poor semi behind me is dying right now. Today. So, but we had fun. We got tacos, and we got to shoot things. So I guess that's a good day, no matter how you spin it, right? Nobody on my team won a gun. One of my buddies on another team, one guy won a pistol. Someone won a Yeti, like the little Yeti. So hell, if you go out there with 10 guys and 2 people won something, that's a good day. And we weren't at the office, right? Like the bosses told us to come out here. So that's always a good thing. Yay, live stream. Yeah, hey Mimi. Holy cow, y'all, the wind is insane. Like the birds are going so fast across the highway, it's like they're suicide birds. I'm afraid one of them's gonna hit a power line and just explode, like kind of like when you play Angry Birds and you hit the big bricks and the little bird blows up. That's basically what I'm waiting for here. But God, it was windy today, y'all. If y'all in the western part of Texas, watch the roads, because it is absolute havoc today. So we have a buddy who had no idea about the new fee that's going to be applied to new mortgages, where if your credit score is above 650, you're going to have to pay an extra percentage to help subsidize people who don't have good credit, which I'm all about helping your fellow man, but we did that before in 2008, and it didn't really work well. Hey, Farmer, what's going on? So I missed a few people in the chat. I can't see you guys. I'm at a stop sign now. Oh, hey, my mother Spark, thanks for jumping in. Hey, Mimi, Marco, Joe, what's going on? KP Heathen, hola, hola. Scott Hummer, hello. Hey, Dave. Cassandra. Anyone else I missed? Okay, no, I think I got all of you. That guy needs a new muffler, jeez. Either that or he did that on purpose. But so I learned a few things today. Is it's so they're like the team score, and we're like, we really don't care. We're just out here to have fun. It's a charity event. We're gonna do good things, right? So the two of us who have shot, we shot really well because we were relaxed, right? It's not like we're gonna win anything, and but we did raise quite a bit of money for the leadership fund, like. Why would you drive this slow? Like, you're actually hazardous. You know, driving across the bridge or anything with the wind right now, like it's bad. You know, the speed here on this little highway is you could go 80 out here, and people are doing like 60 because it's just you're just battling the wind the whole time. But yeah, I mean, you look behind me, you notice it looks kind of brown gray, and you'd think it was cloudy. It's actually dust. Like that you're seeing here out the side window is dust. Why would you run across the highway? Bro, you got a death wish, man. Like, and you're in the middle of nowhere, man. If somebody, I don't know what that guy was thinking. That's a stupid ass. Awesome, thank you, Loretta. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, so like I may drop in and out a little bit as I head back to town. But we were talking while we were all done shooting. We were talking about the mortgage penalty that's going to be applied to anyone who takes out a new mortgage or a new home loan going forward. If your credit score is actually good, you're going to get a penalty. And hey, Urban, which sucks. So basically, if you did the right things, you're going to get punished for it, which to me makes no sense. That blows my mind. Yeah, no, I will. And so I ran the numbers. So Sassy, my wife, Sassy Southern, is she was a realtor. So we sat down and we said, okay, if we bought our house today with the higher interest rate and this new penalty, so the new penalty alone, this new fee the feds are giving us, mind you, it's not a law. It did not go through Congress because the House would have definitely shot it down. The Senate might have shot it down. Over the course of a 30-year loan, on the low end, it'll cost you an extra $14,500 on your mortgage to subsidize subprime lending. Instead of funding it a different way, they're basically reallocating. And at the end of the day, the only people who are actually making money are the banks and the executives and the politicians. It's really not helping the poor folks who are trying to get a home, because if they're not being trained and educated and given a scenario where they can succeed, they're going to foreclose on their homes, right? If they're not being taught how to keep their small businesses running, they're going to foreclose on their homes. And you're penalizing the people who did well. So I just don't see where this is going to end well. But apparently our people in leadership have decided that that's what they will do. So I'm kind of salty about that. We were all salty today. But made for an interesting conversation after. So I want to see another demolition. Actually, there's another building that probably has to come down in town. So, yeah, we had a blast doing that video, by the way, because we were sitting at a hotel that was across the plaza looking at the building that got demolished. And they were They were actually serving breakfast cocktails. So I was about, they're doing mimosas, and I was like, I want a damn mimosa. Can you give me like a rum and coke double tall? And the lady's like, yeah, I'll give you a rum and coke double tall. I don't give a shit. So I got a rum and coke for breakfast with a bagel. I mean, how cool is that? I don't know, gas pipeline struck Columbia pipeline. Oh, okay, that's weird, because the pipelines are supposed to be grounded in such a way that if they get hit by lightning, they're not going to blow up. So that's weird as shit. Like, why? That goes back to me and Prepper Now talking about small wars, right? What the hell's going on? Why are we having all these screw-ups? Or are we all 2023 lightning? That's the truth. Are we all more alert now? We're more aware, and we're calling it out, which is a good thing. I mean, if this is, yeah, it could be hybrid warfare. But even if it's not, the fact that we're all noticing it, that's a good thing. So the Prepared Irishman, I don't know if he's in the chat, but he made a great post on Instagram saying that they're now estimating 10 to 11% of the community are actively being preppers in some way, shape, or form. Obviously at different levels of prepping, depending on their individual situation. And I'm thinking to myself, man, when we started doing this, the general consensus was it was like 2% of the population were preppers. So if 10% of the population is now thinking like we are, regardless of their political affiliation, if they're like, hey, you know, this shit could come apart, regardless of who's in office, that's not a bad thing. We move the needle somehow. That's freaking cool. So I'm cool with that. If we can make more people pay attention, I'm bueno with that. And oh, that semi just pulled over. His trailer was doing this. He's like, nope, I'm done. He needs to he should call that one in. Just say, hey, I'm gonna be late with my delivery. Y'all, it is crazy wind right now. Like, you all, I don't know if you guys, hey Jeep Girl, you guys saw the picture I posted this morning. I don't know if it posted from where I was, but it was a nice sunny morning, a little bit hazy. Yeah, you can't see the sun right now. It's kind of like this hazy thing up there in the sky. And it's just dirt. Like the pictures of the Dust Bowl from when we were in high school that you saw about the 1930s, that's what I'm witnessing right here. It's really surreal. And the wind changed direction. It was coming from the west, now it's coming from the east. So I don't know what the hell's going on. This is just weird as shit. But, well, folks, this is a great weekend to sit down and evaluate, which is what my job's going to be this weekend. I got kind of like a closet designated for camping gear, which is like the prepper closet, if you will. I mean, I have stuff scattered about the house in different places, depending on what it is. But that's all my camping gear is in there. And I opened it the other day and I had an avalanche. And I'm like, okay, I really need to reorganize that. I did it about 2 years ago. I'm at that point, I got to pull everything out, put everything back in. And I might surplus some of the stuff I have. SatanCon and Boss, I read about that. So there's an article, you guys will have to search it. Witch comments on SatanCon. So this was a young woman who went into witchcraft. She had been, I don't know if she was abused at a church. She was very badly treated. Obviously bad Christians, right? She had turned from the church and then met somebody who redirected her back to faith, and a positive faith. And she now preaches about Satanism and the dangers. And she was commenting like, I'm going to be praying for, she said, I'm praying for all these people because they're going to go to this and they're just going to get lost. They're going to get misled, and their souls will be hurt, I think was the way she put it. And yeah, that's scary, Satan Con. So if I go to Satan Con dressed like a Templar and poke people with a stick, would they throw me out? Like, how does that work? You know, I put the big cross on my chest and get the little poker and just like bat them on the head, like, thou heathen, whack, and see maybe how long it'd take them to throw me out. Because technically it's about having power, this Satanist thing. So, okay, I have power. I hit you with a stick. Let me see what they tell me. I don't know, I'll probably get arrested. Yeah. Devil worship, okay, but me, I'll get arrested. Oh, yes, I should dress like a conquistador. With the cross on a stick that the conquistas used to wear, used to carry, the monks. It's like a battle crucifix. You just waka and you hit someone on the head. Be gone, Satan. You may not dispel the demon, but you'll knock him unconscious, and that would be good enough. But again, I'll probably wind up arrested for having violated their religious freedom. I don't get it. I'm telling you, it's I should wear one of those conquistador hats, you know, the one with the little ridge on the top and the little fins. Just walk in there in armor. That would be a hoot. Y'all, now you gave me ideas. I should do that for next Halloween, dress like a conquistador. It burns, it burns. You know what? Bring a water gun and have it blessed and then just squirt them. Walk through the convention. I baptize you. Psh. Then I'll be arrested for having used a firearm. Ugh. That's, oh man. Y'all, this is the one bad thing when you have a clay shoot. Like, you find shit everywhere. I found the shotgun shell. I found a pen. I got a cigar clipper, which was pretty cool. And a bag for my shells. Like, every time you go to these, even if you don't win something really pricey, you win stuff. The Satanistas, yeah. No, you can't, but you can whack them and then get thrown out. But true story, I have a friend who had too much fun at a convention and popped out of the men's room at 2 a.m. while the night crew was cleaning the convention center. Did not know how he got there. Apparently he got into the tequila shots or something too much. And so everyone thought he went back to his hotel room. They're like, oh, he left. So everyone went to dinner. They all went about their nights. And he texts people at like 3 in the morning going, why the hell did you leave me? They're like, where the hell are you? He fell asleep in the potty in the convention center and woke up at 2 a.m. That's a bit too much. So you don't want to be that guy either. But good Lord. Okay, now I cannot see any of the blue sky. It's literally like I'm driving through a cloud. You know when you take your vacuum cleaner and you clean it out and you make that cloud by your trash can? I'm basically driving through that right now. Like, I've got grime in my teeth and in my eyes. It's really rough. But in any case, it's definitely been an interesting, been a fun morning. So in any case, guys, this will be a great weekend. Since in theory, nothing will fall off the rails. Of course, we don't know. Go inventory. Go pick a spot. Canned goods. Clean up the kitchen, whatever it is. The more organized you are, the better off we'll be. One of the things one of the guys did tell me at the table is they're expecting fuel prices to go up. And the inflation is expected to go up. And actually, I've heard from I spoke to a lot of people at this shoot. All the companies are trying to get minimum debt, maximum cash right now. And they're trying to be in a position, and I heard the word recession getting thrown around a lot today. Hey, Wolfgang. So I'm still hearing it in the marketplace. People are like, the companies, the bigger companies, Amazon's laying people off. Walmart didn't report a good quarter. What the companies are doing, and I've mentioned this before, they're positioning themselves. God, this road sucks. They're basically positioning themselves for a recession, more so than we already have. So now's a great time to make those steps yourself. And not everyone's in the same situation, I get that. But don't add too much debt unless it's absolutely necessary. Organize your prep so you don't spend any money you don't have to. Sit on your cash, have cash at the house in case the banks go down, because you know the way things have been. Maximize when you cook, don't overcook, or make sure you use all your leftovers. I know most of y'all already do this, but now's a good time to tell it to other people. Tell them, hey, you know what? When you're cooking, you get leftovers, meal prep, make your lunches for the next 2 days with the leftovers. That way you're wasting nothing. Have a little cash on hand. I'm listening to analysts. I'm speaking firsthand, like personally, to some of these people. I'm listening to the engineers, the scientists, all these folks who are... Well, I'm doing the live on my phone, Wolf. So yeah, it's weird because the phone is moving with the whenever I hit a crappy spot in the road. But yeah, God, I'm gonna be sneezing out dirt for the next 2 days with this clay shoot. Now's a good time. Get in that position to prepare yourself. So if the economy goes sideways, you're in a good place. Now, there's a flip side to it, folks. If you were going to buy a car, you wanted to get into a different house, you wanted to pick up some property, whatever, it's going to be like Mel Gibson in Braveheart. You know, hold, right? Wait, because everyone's saying second half of the year into the first half of next year is when if you want to buy, that's when you do it. You want to get that house, you want to get that vehicle. That's when you want to get it done, because the cards will be in your favor if you play your cards right now. Wait, somebody put some... People's Republic of Michigan. Yeah, to be fair, Texas actually has really good highways, except here. Because this one kind of got neglected, and now it's kind of a shit show. And there are a lot of semis here because you have the imports coming from El Paso to Dallas, so they're going across the state on this highway. You got oil field traffic, solar traffic, the big wind farm propeller blades are coming through here, so there's a lot of heavy traffic. The road was probably designed in 1960, and we're in 2023, and the road design is just not what they need out here at all. Hey, Carol. Where you going, dude? He's like cutting people off left and right. I'm like, there's semis everywhere, buddy. Just follow the semis. Be happy. When you get into that much traffic, just drive happy. Don't cut people off. Don't be in a rush. You can't go anywhere. You're just going to wind up getting a ticket. Oh, he's jamming out in this car. He's like, he's got a little spiky hair like Guy Fieri. So he's just psyched out. He probably has too much caffeine in his system. He's like, I must drive. But yeah, Michigan, more construction everywhere. Yeah. Well, to be fair, when Texas does fix things, they're really great. But it takes them forever to get around to it. But I can't complain too much. But yeah, folks, this is a great time. Again, goes back to that defensive prepping I talk about. What the companies are doing, we can learn from, right? Remember, these corporations, they have entire groups of people who get paid a lot of money to analyze the market over the next 2 to 3 years. I think they do a better job of forecasting than our damn government does. And because remember, if you work for a company and that's a fire truck, that's not bueno. If you work for a company and you lose them $100 million, your ass will be fired and nobody will touch you again for years. You work for the government and screw up $100 million, you get reelected. So I have more faith in the companies because the companies have to make a return. They have to be profitable, or they have to stay afloat, or they're getting fired. So at the very least, I believe those business types actually make the effort to put the homework in. Now, they get it wrong. Sometimes they get it right. But at least they're putting the homework in. Hey, Royal Lioness. Welcome. And, now's a good time, folks. Now's a good time to get in that defensive mode, not freak out, but keep the extra cash. Don't buy the things you don't need. See if you can find things secondhand. See if you can repurpose what you already have. Again, I'm going to go through all my preps, or my outdoor closet, which has become a fiasco. Go through the shit I have. See if there's anything I can sell, I can trade, I can use in a different way. So at least it's being used. It's not Mike Morales. Wait, which Mike Morales? Hold on, I lost the chat here. Let's see. There we go. Welcome to live chat. Okay, yeah, I know there's live chat. Royal Linus, have a bit of hazy skies in southwest Arkansas, expecting more storms overnight. Well, Lioness, we have a front just coming through West Texas, so you guys are probably going to get it within the next 24 hours. That's usually that delay. Because I'm almost to New Mexico, and then you have Arizona, and then Cali. So I'm getting the winds coming off the desert and the highlands. That's why my nose sounds stuffy, because I probably inhaled and I just hit a bird. The bird hit me. Kamikaze bird, what the hell? And he's still flying. Jeez, that's impressive. All right, Wolfgang, be safe out there. Yeah. So, folks, yeah, now's a great time. This is a good weekend. Check out the local farmers market. Check out the county fairs, whatever you can. Find that stuff secondhand. Hold on to your cash. Pay down your debt. You may not be able to pay everything off. That's okay. Pay what you can. Oh, he's the guy, the chemtrail guy. Okay. I've seen him. I just couldn't place his face. But I've seen some of his stuff. But yeah, folks, now's a great time. Go through your preps. We're not quite in hurricane season yet. We're on the tail end of tornado season, in theory. Although we're getting tornadoes anyway. Now's a perfect to evaluate what you've got and decide, okay, this is or is not useful to me. This is something I can sell. This is something I can repurpose. Do what the companies are doing. So when I read the analysis reports, these economic reports, they're keeping cash handy, paying down debt so they have available credit, if you're following me, right? So that's like paying down your credit card. Don't use it, but you have available credit if you have an emergency. It gives you some wiggle room. They're keeping capital expenditures low. In other words, they're not buying anything they don't need. They're trying to maximize what they do have. Now's a great time to do all this. Because if you can plan it, plan it. If you can grow it, grow it. If you can't, find out somewhere local you can get it. So you're not subject to those big fluctuations in you can be less susceptible to the big fluctuations in of the supply. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't. Apparently people don't understand what stop signs are either. I guess they're optional today. That's why I kept looking up. I'm like, dude, that's the stops. Okay, just cut everyone off. That's good. I don't understand people, guys. I think some people just have mental issues. That's not nice. You know, the other day I was like, Lord, forgive me for making fun of God's special ed children. And my wife's like, that's not really asking for forgiveness. I'm like, no, that really was a bad job. Sorry. That was... It just, you know, some people are just absolutely mindless. But... And then you have a bunch of teenagers flipping out over here. Well, they're having fun. I don't know what they're doing. But, dude, put clothes on. He's in boxers and a t-shirt. I guess when you're 14, you can do that, right? You run around in boxers and t-shirt. If you're over 18 doing that, you're a creeper. Under 18, you're just a stupid kid. So, go figure. But, folks, now's a good time. Get into that defensive mode. If you can do the repairs in your house on your own, do it. If you can't, bid it out. I've got a project that's a little bit beyond my skill set, and but I'm bidding it out. And I got bids for the project. One guy came in, and he does great work. I've seen his work on his website. He came in 4 times higher than every other person who's bid so far. And I'm like, man, I know you do great work, but you're like way the hell out of market, buddy boy. So, you know, you make sure if you're going to buy something, shop around, whether it's a car, you're getting contract work done, whatever. You know, make sure you get enough bids to give you a good representation of what the market is, so that you're not getting... Right, no, and the low ball, not good either. Actually, it's flooring, KY, Kentucky. And I'm going to move to another parking spot because that person parked crooked, and he's going to back out and hit my car, and then I'm going to be annoyed. Yeah, it's flooring, and the one vendor came in, he was the low guy, but he was late to every single appointment he and I had. Every single one. And to me, that was frustrating, because I'm like, if you're late... One guy was a no-show, so he's out. One was late to almost every appointment, and that's absolutely frustrating. Because if I'm chasing you to give you the work, once I give you a deposit, because I won't pay 100% up front ever, I give you a deposit, I don't want to have to keep chasing you. Oh yeah, no, Magic, I will be working from the house that week. I will literally take a remote week and tell the boss I have a contractor at the house. So I'll be there in the kitchen watching his ass to make sure it's legit. It turns out one of our neighbors owns a company, which I didn't know when we first started this. And he came in with a middle bid. Yeah, no, I normally it's 30%. And I also have requested written quotes from everyone, and one guy did not give me a written quote. He'd only do it like verbally, and I'm like, I want it in an email. I'll accept an email or a formal, you know, like a receipt saying labor. I already bought the tile, so the tile's paid for. So they need the adhesive, the clips, and it's not the square tile you use in the kitchen where you have visible grout in between. It's the long ceramic floor tiles that look like wood. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So it's not a spacer, it's a clip. But I want to break down how long you think the project will be, your cost for the project, and what it includes specifically. Does it include the adhesive? Do I have to buy adhesive? If he wants me to buy it, I'll go to the supply house with him. He can pick what he needs, says this is what I'm gonna need. I'll pay for it right then and there and done. But if I have to chase the contractor before we even started work, no, that's a hard no. That's gonna annoy me, because then you're gonna tear up my carpet, get halfway done with the tile, and leave. Kentucky, it's not much, 470 square feet ish. So not very much. And it's from the kitchen to the back of the house, so it's an open concept house. So it's just one big area. It has some cutouts in the end, so you're going to lose some tile there. But they're going to have to cut tile to fit those little corners. But it should be straight across one room. And I just want to be sure that I don't have to chase my contractor to finish my work. It's happened to a family member of mine. Contractor pulled up their floor, pulled up their sheetrock after a storm that water invaded the house, and then he did the demo and never came back for 2 weeks, and then asked for an extra 15, and then my brother fired him because he didn't finish, and so he wound up putting a lien on the house. They had to go to court. It was a big mess. And it's like, you need to get it written. Right. And Kentucky, so that's what I'm figuring, 2 to 3 days. And that's assuming we're available, right? Because obviously, if I'm on a field project, my wife's at the office, he may not have access to the house. So, and I don't have another family member like my son or someone else to sit in on it. So if I cause the delay, I get that. So, if he puts it should take no more than 2 to 3 days with house access, I gotcha. If I'm not available on one day, then obviously I've just extended the project, and that's on me. But make sure you bid out those projects. Get at least a representation of the market price, right? You don't have to go to the bottom, but if everybody's bidding, a couple of grand, and then you got a guy bidding you $10,000, no. Yeah, so, and you got some contractors in the, it looks like we got some folks who do contract work in the chat, so they can speak to it. And, but save the money. Don't overstock. If you have a store, don't get more inventory than you think you need. It's a double-edged sword, though, because with the supply chain, if you don't get inventory when you can, you may not be able to. No, Kentucky. No, I get you. And my intent is to take the week and work remote. You know what I mean? I'll clear my calendar. I can do that easy. So, and I'll just work from the house, because a lot of what I do, I can do remote, and most people they're fine with it. So it shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 days. But we were, the first guy I had asked to bid, he gave me a verbal number, and we said, my wife and I are talking. We're like, hey, we'd like a written proposal or a quote with details. This is what we want to know, because we're bidding multiple people. And he got kind of bowed up, and I'm like, I'm going to bid multiple people. If you don't like it, you can walk down, go pound sand. I don't care. But it turns out this is the guy that was late to everything anyway, so pass, not my fave. Yeah, no. Kitchen remodel is a bit of art. And for a contractor, it can go sideways for the contractor too. Yeah. And unless you've discussed it, Kentucky, unless you've discussed it in advance, whereas you say, hey, I have a business meeting, so that the contractor at least knows, okay, I'm going to lose a day here, and it can account for that. But you want to be respectful of their time too. But what I don't want is the guy says, oh, I'll do it for this much, and a month later, it's not done. This is not a big, it's one area. There are no walls. There are walls around, and it's just straight front to back of the house. So we'll see. But in any case, now's a good time. Make sure if you got work done, if you got to go to a doctor and they're saying, oh, you need to have this procedure or that one, get a second opinion. I know you have to do another copay, but shit, don't get a surgery you don't need because some doctor thinks it's a bright idea. Because I don't know, lately there's some doctors are complete screwballs. So save your cash, pay down your debt, keep your vehicle working in good shape, keep yourself working in good shape. And just basically get ready to tell everyone to the fine line between. Oh, I understand. It used to be. Yeah. I've watched a few people lose their ass on projects, both the contractor and the homeowners, because somebody didn't put it in writing or they didn't get a formal quote. People have this bad habit of wanting to text the whole proposal. I'm like, no, I wanted it in an email. And I'll even give them my company email so that I know it's on the server forever. And I'm like, if I have to go back for that, I can take that to court and say, this is what I received from this individual on this date, and they did not fulfill this. I got no problem doing that. But hopefully you don't have to, right? If everyone lays it out on paper, typically if the homeowner wants it laid out and the contractor agrees, chances are it's a good match because everyone knows what's expected, right? It's in black and white. It's when you get the text and, oh, I'll pay you half now or a third later, and yeah. Hey, Red October, what's going on? So yeah, totally unscheduled. But yeah, folks, now's a good time. Get into those modes where you start saving. Every analyst I'm speaking to, the business guys I was shooting with today, everyone's saying the same thing. We're preparing for economic hard times. If you can keep the cash on hand, do it. If you're better off, and do the numbers too, right? If you have a credit card that's, whatever, 20% interest, and you have a car that's 5%, your car's probably fixed interest rate. The credit card may fluctuate, but it's usually more. Kill the credit card first, just pay the regular car payment. If you can get ahead on stuff, that's great too. But if you can't, pay a little extra, a couple of bucks extra. It messes with their algorithm anyway, which makes me happy. But get into that position. Everyone I spoke to today was like, nope, we're lowering leverage, reducing CapEx. We're forecasting stable work for 2 years. Not adding, not subtracting, stable. Not taking on new headcount. They're reassigning people. Even my company's doing this, moving the current people around for the best fit to what they think they're going to need. So that's what we all need to be doing. So we are prepared both financially and physically, but also mentally, to get through whatever hoorah is going to happen the second half of the year. My fear is, we're in 2023 now, going into the end of the year into next year. Remember, it was December of 19? No, I'm sorry. Yeah. COVID hadn't hit yet, and the riots had already started in 19. Going into the election year, it was a shit show. So I don't know what this political situation is going to be this coming year. I don't think it's going to be good, but there's no reason we can't be ready for that in advance. And just be smart, right? Maximize your money. If you're taking time to do a project, schedule and maximize your time. If you're like me, I have to drive from, my city, which is a smaller city, to like Dallas or Houston. Do we need anything from Houston that we can't get locally? Instead of having it shipped, I'm already physically there. I'll pick it up while I'm there, and I'll take it home myself, because my shipping is way cheaper than FedEx. And I'm there. Make those arrangements now. Don't waste time. Don't waste money. Just be smart. And, we think about this stuff, so to us it comes naturally. A lot of people don't. And they're going to be freaking out next year. You're going to see a lot of panic. You're going to see a lot more crime, a lot more abuse, because people are going to flip out. They can't handle that level of stress, and they're going to freak out. So now's a great time. Just get ready. And that way you don't have to people too much. You know what I mean? Yeah, little overhead costs, not too much inventory unless you're prepping. But remember, double-edged sword with a screwed up supply chain. Just-in-time ordering is not always just-in-time, so you may have to order ahead. And but run your numbers. At least if you made a mistake, you did the homework and you can say, I put the time and money into it. I did the numbers. I missed the mark. Mea culpa, move on. Right? But if you're just winging it, you're just doing shit and you're not kind of sitting down thinking through it, you're going to waste money and time and effort and cause stress. So, but folks, I got a couple of stops to make on the way home. USPS forward new pay scale. Yeah. There may not be a postal service. Who knows? Hey, TNT, what's going on? Yeah, minimize your credit if you can pay it down. If you have some and you got to kill it, try to kill it. If you're going to use a card and you have nothing on it, budget it out. So if you spend $1,000 on your credit card, schedule, every 2 weeks when you get your paycheck, however you get paid, 151 or 200, whatever you can afford. When you've paid it off, then you make the next purchase. It doesn't hurt to have little balances that you pay off and then put a little balance. What you don't want to do is run up a big balance where your minimum's some insane amount and now you never catch up, right? You want to keep it low. You want to pay it down. Just do common sense stuff. Read up on how companies protect themselves from inflation. And you guys learn from that. But until next time, guys, God bless and Godspeed. I got to go make a few stops. I was at the clay shoot today. I have a dinner with a customer and their spouses tonight. So it's going to be, I was up at 4 this morning. So it's going to be, I'm probably going to go to bed at midnight. So it's going to be a long freaking day for me. So, and I need a shower. I got dust in my nose. I got dirt all over me. My dogs will probably not let me through the front door because they want to smell everything on me. But guys, be safe, be careful out there. Keep out of trouble. If you don't see me live tomorrow morning or tomorrow around lunch like I normally am, probably because I'm sleeping off all the activity today. So you guys be good. God bless. We'll see y'all later.